In the words of the legendary Lou Gellerman, hello, dog fans, and welcome to the Sound the Siren podcast, because everything matters, including or especially bowl eligibility, extra practices, and continuing to take as much momentum from the 2024 season as possible. I'm your host, Hooligan 7. I'm joined tonight by JCap and DJK Woody. We may be joined by a couple of our colleagues in process. How are you gentlemen doing this evening?
Doing good. Getting ready to watch this team hopefully become bowl eligible on Friday night. But doing well.
Yeah, doing all right. College football sucks this year, but outside of that, doing good.
Yeah, it like there have been some high water marks of the season, certainly for Washington and just the college football season in general, and then it's kind of devolved into a what is this? Sneak preview of the College Huddle Big Ten Power Rankings that will be posted on our Twitter and is being shared by the rest of the College Huddle. Washington is 6th in the Big Ten Power Rankings, and there have been some commentaries of just that. Basically, it's there's a clear top 4, and everything else is who the hell knows.
Everyone's tied. Basically, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then everything except the last.
Then you've got a mushy
2?
12, and then like the last.
Last
like
2. Yeah.
Of course,
exactly.
As a podcast, we are on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Sound the Siren UW. Please subscribe and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening to our show. If you're watching on YouTube, please like this video and hit the subscribe button to get notified. If you'd like to support Sound the Siren, you can do so at podcasters.spotify.com/pod/show/Sound the Siren pod UW/support. Without further ado, we'll do beverages. I'll start because it's pretty simple. I got nothing. I had water earlier, but cold turkey or dry turkey is how I'm recording the show tonight. JCap, how about you?
I'll go. I got a Red Hook Big Juicy Ballard.
Nice.
IPA. Trigger DJ.
So I got some background noise for a second. You always got something nice, but I just got water tonight.
Nothing wrong with some good hydration. It was just a long day, and I'm like, I'm not gonna throw beer on top of of today. Let's move along. I don't have any stupid tweets. Do either of you have any stupid tweets that we need to laugh at?
Nothing that stuck out a lot today.
Yeah.
Or this
Agreed.
week.
I did have a pick, so we'll move ahead to HuskyCouture. I did have a pick for that one, and it was something that just showed up, or at least it's the first time that I've seen it on Simply Seattle. There's a new Huskies premium flannel shirt that they released, I think either today and then if you zoom in, there's actually like in the dark patches and dark squares of the plaid is the W. So once again, Simply Seattle, well done. Either of you have anything HuskyCouture to call out, or anything that you've seen in the last week or so?
I am also going to shout out Simply Seattle. It is the holiday season, and they just dropped their Washington pajama set. So, any of y'all that need
I like it.
some Christmas pajamas, go get your new Husky pajama set off Simply Seattle.
And they got Softy tweet out some 30% deal they got going on for Husky gear. So that's
Softy 30. The code Softy 30. I think Mollywop 30 works.
For 30% off till Friday at 6, I think. Kickoff for the game is when that sale ends.
Yep.
That's good to know.
Yep. DJ, any new swag that you've seen in the last week?
No, I don't. I was just gonna mention, what I said about that 30% off thing, but no, nothing specific this week.
All right. Well, let's move into what will be a real fun conversation, and that's to go back to look back at and talk about the game at Penn State. Obviously, did not go our way. Any positives that either of you took from this one?
Damon Williams got meaningful reps in a very hostile environment. And he played fairly well. I mean, he showed that he has some mobility. He can be accurate and push the ball down the field. Obviously, he needs to grow in terms of checks and protections. I mean, he took a
I
few
think you mean
sacks.
like grow, like physically too.
But yeah, I mean, he got important reps in potentially the most hostile environment in our conference, at least, and one of the most hostile in college football. So that is definitely a positive for sure.
Definitely a nice, what was it, like a 54-yard run down the sideline?
Yep.
Yeah, that was nice. I mean, he's got to go down though at the end. Can't risk him getting hurt in the future. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really. Yeah, Damon that was big, getting him some reps. And outside of that, I don't know. Maybe if you guys say something else, I might be like, oh yeah, that's right. But nothing else I can think of right now. It's a pretty dominating game by Penn State from the very get go. It's crazy that our Al, for whatever his Twitter name is now, he called that how it was going to start off. He's like, oh yeah, we're going to drive down the field, first drive, take it down the field goal range, get stalled, and miss the field goal. I mean, a lot of us could have predicted that, but he literally said that right before the game.
That's like the script for
yeah,
a lot of Washington games this season.
And I will say, like, the crazy thing about and how frustrating this season has been, and like, yeah, and I'm sure Grady's wearing it, and I know he's not. I'm sure he's not happy about what's happened. But the other thing, and I'm not saying that like it's an excuse, like he hasn't like missed like crazy wide, like he hasn't had like a bunch of shanks where he's like nowhere close. It's like he's missing it by a couple of yards here or there.
Doinking it like, off the upright.
Or 6 inches in this instance. Yeah,
6 inches is a lot.
Yeah, here we go.
And we're off. I will say
on brand.
Another positive in the game was how much they involved the young talent, even from the beginning. First play of the game going to Decker to Graf, Adam Muhammad getting carries on the first drive. So I mean, it's just showing that Jed and co will trust the young talent and play the guys that need to be playing. No disrespect to any of the older guys that have been around for a while, but some of those younger guys getting that playing time is always positive to me.
I mean, Decker the Graf, he's good. He shows a lot of promise, and I'm looking forward to it. But man, 2 of those plays he could have caught for touchdowns. I mean, granted, one of them he's being held, but he still had a chance to catch it. And the other one, he just like, I don't know, got it right through his hands. But yeah, we would never have won the game, but like, those kinds of things happen. Like it was both in the first half. It could maybe be a little bit closer game and get some momentum or something like that.
And not to mention that double pass to Demond from Demond, that he was so open. He was so open. And I mean, unfortunately it didn't work out, but I mean, yeah, Decker very clearly is showing that he's earned the trust of the coaches to be in there in those big time moments.
Yeah, I mean, I will say the last thought that I had on this one before we kind of go into to award the player superlatives. I mean, seriously, fuck off, James Franklin.
Yeah,
you're bringing 6-man blitzes. Like, yes, that there's an element to which, yes, it's indicative, obviously, of we have a patchwork offensive line based on what happened in terms of roster turnover and all of that. But like, it's to me, it's just such chicken shit, like phony tough guy behavior when you like you haven't won a big an honest to goodness big game in 8 years, and you're up 4 scores, and you're still gonna bring 6 and then try and like after that long run, and you're still gonna try and run plays instead of just going to victory formation. It's fucking chicken shit. Like, you're going to make the playoffs. You're going to get your ass handed to you if you play a good team, because newsflash, that's what's happened for the last fucking decade. Everybody sees through it. Like, you're not proving anything, dumbass.
Yeah,
I agree.
By the way, I'd say the same thing about if it was our coach doing that shit.
Yeah, it's just such a I don't even know what the word is, but chicken shit is a good one. But for a guy that can't even answer tough questions about a very serious subject from his own team, to have that kind of demeanor, to want to run up the score when you're 4 scores ahead and you have
Against
no reason
backups.
to be doing that. Yeah, exactly. You're playing against backup and third stringers in some cases. And shout out to Devin Bryant for making that tackle on third down. And shout out to Peyton Waters and Darren Barkins for chasing down that long run, because, I mean, we could be having an even worse conversation about James Franklin had they actually scored on that last drive.
I mean, I would never hope for this for the player, for one of their players. I never hope for an opponent injury. I never hope, obviously, for our team injury. But in terms of when you have coaches that do that and don't run victory formation when they should, karma bites when you get like one of your key players injured.
Yeah, I mean, that could happen. I mean, you could have a guy get injured.
I'd feel bad for the player. I'd have no bad feelings. I'd be like, serves you right.
Yeah, I mean, that could happen. You could have a turnover. It could come back and bite you in the ass in a number of different ways. But, I mean, it's just poor sportsmanship, poor coaching.
Dude, yeah. I mean, just play the game the right way.
I wouldn't be surprised if the game lasted longer, see him do a trick play or something at that point, like the shit that he was doing with the blitzes and turning the ball out there at the end. Like, yeah, I was frustrated too.
It's every bit as chicken shit as intentionally putting 12 men on the field.
Oh, fuck you, Dan Lanning.
Oh, he's so smart.
Like, oh, but it's so smart. I'm like, no, it's intentionally fucking cheating. Like, you know it's against the rules and you're doing it anyway. That's just like faking injuries. It's like, if you can't fucking do it, if you can't win the game the right fucking way, you don't deserve to. All right, let's get into the superlatives for what they can. Let's start on the defensive side of the ball. I'm going to go first. My purple helmet of this one's going to go to Thad Dixon for a beautiful ass form tackle that
yes, sir,
shouldn't be targeting. That was 100% hit stick. Thad, well done.
That was mine. Damn.
Can't really disagree there.
Yeah. I don't know who else I'm going to pick. I'm going to go the same one because I literally was going to say the same thing. And I just felt bad too for him. Like, he should be still playing in that game the rest of the way. And first drive in a big game for him in that environment, that sucks. I feel for him. So, yeah, same for me.
I'll give mine to two guys, kind of echoing what Jed Fish said in his presser earlier this week. And I kind of already mentioned them, Peyton Waters and Darren Barkins, for putting out that kind of effort when you're getting run on late in the game. You very easily could have just rolled over and let them score there, but to give that kind of all-out effort at the last minute to prevent them from scoring was pretty cool to see. I mean, they haven't gotten a lot of opportunities on defense so far this year, so for them to get opportunities in that kind of environment and prevent the score there is cool.
All right. Flipping it over to the offense. What do you guys think on that side?
I'd have to give it to DeMond, honestly, for performing and coming into a pretty tough situation. And what was he? 6 of 10 for 60, 10 rushes for 38 yards. So, I mean, he performed pretty well in the second half, all things considered. So, being a true freshman in that situation, I'd have to give him the purple helmet for me.
Yeah, and wonder of wonders, at least Damon Williams knows that Jeremiah Hunter exists.
Facts.
And is on his football team.
Yep.
Just gonna put that out there. I mean, and I'd actually would love to have seen, like, I don't know if there's a quick way to pull it up. What, take the sacks out of DeMond's rushing total, what he would have had, because he did have that long of 43, and it doesn't have a list.
Yeah, what did he take? Like 3 or 4 sacks, I think.
Yeah, because they had 5. As Penn State had 5 as a team, so.
Yeah, I don't know who else to give it to other than him. I mean, look at the stats. He got leading receiver, 30 yards, leading rusher, almost about 30. Like, yeah, Damon is the only in my bright spot.
Yep. Yeah, let's go ahead and move into big predictions. We'll skip the Friday game this week, which is ours, and we'll start off with the first game Saturday morning. It's the only 9 o'clock game Saturday morning, and it is number 2 Ohio State traveling to Northwestern. Ohio State is a 28.5 point favorite. Over under is at 44.5. Your thoughts?
Before we get into thoughts, I just feel like I should update the listeners that DJ picked up a game on you this week.
The Bruins.
The Bruins.
I only did that because everyone else picked against them. I was like, well, might as well. No faith.
Well, DJ, there's your Christmas gift.
Yeah, I got lucky.
Teed that one up for you.
64-19 to Hooligans 65-18. So we'll see what happens this week. Me and Hood still down there in the basement, but the race for first place is very tight. So, but as far as this game, it's Ohio State, and it's Ohio State by a lot.
Yeah, I think Ohio State hits the over by themselves.
Ohio State. I'll go over too.
11:30 a.m. on Fox Sports 1. Michigan State traveling to Champaign and to take on Illinois. Illinois is a 2.5 point favorite with the over/under at 47.5.
11:30. That's a random time.
It's a weird schedule this week.
Give me Illinois. I don't feel confident, but yeah, it's weird. They're only favored by 2.5. I thought it would be 5.
A 2.5 point favorite at home means that Michigan State is a half point favorite on a neutral field.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Jonathan Smith and Michigan State.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm on I'll ride with Babushka this week as well. Penn State and Purdue at 12:30 on CBS. Again, fuck off James Franklin. Number 4 Penn State is a 28.5 point favorite on the road in West Lafayette. Over under at 50.5.
Penn State by a lot. They probably will score a touchdown in the last 30 seconds because James Franklin's an asshole and Purdue isn't as good as Washington.
Yep. An interesting tilt. Do you agree on that one, DJ? Or are you going to take the Boilermakers?
I do agree. I'm not taking Purdue on that. No. Give me Penn State.
I had to give you the opportunity. I didn't want to speak for you.
Yeah.
All right. 1 o'clock on Fox. Nebraska traveling into the Coliseum to take on USC as a 9 point. USC is a 9 point favorite. USC has made a quarterback change to Jaden Maivia. Over under on this one is 50.5.
I think it's USC here. I think Nebraska is not. I don't know. They're not ready. I think Dylan Raiola maybe in a year or two will be that guy, but right now I don't think Nebraska is going to be able to compete with really any of the Big Ten teams. Even though USC is having a very down year for them, I think that
or just
USC,
maybe an average year in Los Angeles.
That's what it is now.
Yeah, at this point, but down year for Lincoln, I guess. But yeah, give me USC.
DJ, what do you think?
I'm gonna take USC too. Nebraska and Illinois, those two teams, I was higher on than most earlier in the year, but now they're straight ass. So give me USC, but I don't think they cover. I think it's gonna be a close game. I mean, maybe they win by like a touchdown or something, but yeah, USC.
Yeah. USC, I actually am going to agree with DJ, and I'm not doing it just to keep you at a game's length. I honestly think that's what's going to happen, that USC wins, doesn't cover. I'd be surprised if these two teams hit the over at 50.5, but this doesn't feel like that game to me. Like, this feels like USC has become a true Big Ten West team, and it's 24-17, 27-17, something in that realm.
Yeah.
Rutgers at Maryland, 3:00 on Fox Sports 1. Maryland is a 5.5-point favorite at home. Over under at 51.5. Rutgers showed some signs of life after being kind of written off. What do you gentlemen think about this one?
I still don't trust Rutgers. You can get into that game for $5, by the way. Yeah.
But why would you want to?
Yeah, valid point.
Our game is $10.
Is it really? Damn.
Yeah.
I might have to go. What's the line again?
Maryland 4.5 or 5.5.
Maryland 5.5.
Yeah.
Give me Maryland, but I don't think they cover. I think it's a field goal game.
I'll take the over. I'll take Maryland covering it with a touchdown or a 10-point win.
Oh man, I was gonna go Maryland. Damn.
You got some bonus games. You can make it.
Oh,
up
that's true.
else
Okay, yeah. Give me Maryland. This is a toss-up to me, in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you can take the other UW in their game this weekend.
Absolutely.
It can be a little feisty at home.
No.
Which means they're going to lose by 28 instead of 35.
Yeah. So let's talk about that one. That is the number 1 Oregon Ducks traveling into Camp Randall for a 4:30 p.m. kick on NBC. Oregon is a 2-touchdown favorite, and the over-under is at 51.5.
We don't got to spend a lot of time on this.
Students can jump around all they want. It's not going to make a damn bit of difference to their team on the field.
Yeah. Oregon wins.
Oregon
and they
rolls.
cover. Yeah. I hate it.
I hate saying it, but
yeah,
they're going to roll.
Yeah. Yep. All right. The bonus games. First, we'll take a trip to the SEC, and we'll talk about teams that actually have an outside shot at the playoffs. Let me just find it on. And this is a 1:15 kickoff on the SEC.
Alabama versus Mercer, right? That's the bonus game.
Yeah.
Give me Mercer.
I think you could put the entire population of Mercer Island on the field against Alabama, and I don't think it helps.
Yeah.
And that's number 23 Missouri at number 21 South Carolina. South Carolina is a 13.5-point favorite at home with the over/under at 43.5.
13.5 is crazy.
Yeah.
For teams that are only separated by 2 ranks.
Well, Missouri did get shut out by Alabama, and it's not like Alabama's defense. Well, Alabama's defense is a Kalen DeBoer defense. So
it's true.
Yeah.
Valid.
Give me the Cox. Can't go against them.
Oh, I'm going to clip that so hard later.
Pause.
Oh, no.
Oh, you don't know what you just did to yourself.
No.
I'll echo that, though.
Yeah.
Not in these same words, but I'll echo that.
Yeah.
Not the same words?
Yeah, I'm there too. I'll take the other USC. I don't think they cover, but I do think I don't think Missouri gets it done. All right, let's move into a battle of one former conference rival traveling to Manhattan, not New York, but Kansas, and that is Arizona State traveling to number 16, Kansas State, for a 4 o'clock kick on ESPN. K-State is a 8.5 point favorite, over under at 50.5.
Is Scatabo healthy again? Because if he is, I'm going to take Arizona State. But I don't know.
I don't know.
I'd have to look. But based on my no knowledge of his injury, I'm going to take ASU anyway.
Yeah, give me ASU.
All right. Just to be sporting, I'll take the purple team. I'll take K-State, and from the state of the team from the state of my birth.
There you go.
So
There's a good enough
I'll take
reason to pick a game.
I'll take the Wildcats, but only these Wildcats. Any of a more southwestern variety of Wildcats can fuck off too.
Wait, you were born in Kansas?
I was.
Oh, for how long did you live there for?
Not very.
Okay, but you're just born there. It's on that birth certificate. I got
It
you.
is. It is. And then final bonus game, number 7 Tennessee at number 12 Georgia, 4:30 p.m. game on ABC and ESPN Plus. The Georgia Bulldogs are a 10-point favorite. Over under is at 48.5.
Give me Georgia.
Yeah, I want to pick Tennessee so bad, but
Georgia coming off the Ole Miss loss is not going to be a fun time for Tennessee. I think Georgia rolls.
Yeah, give me the Bulldogs too. I don't know though. I think it's gonna be a good game, but yeah, I'm gonna go Georgia.
I'm gonna take the Vols. I'll take the Vols. I will feel better about the Vols if it's actually Nico that plays quarterback. If not, it's going to be. I'm going to regret this pick. But I think there are some significant holes in Georgia's armor that have not been there previously. And I think Tennessee has enough to get this one done on Saturday. Just for fun, I'm going to see if there's anything cheaper. Spur of the moment, just going to do a quick scroll, see if there's a cheaper college football game that could be attended this weekend than Rutgers at Maryland, and there is, and it's at the library, in fact, and our old friends, the Stanford Cardinals, being visited by the Stanford Cardinal being visited by the Louisville Cardinals, can be viewed
they're paying people to attend
for $2.
$2, holy cow!
Sick.
Yeah, that's the low mark. I think I don't see there's definitely a number of games that are in the single digits.
If there's a game that you can attend for less than
Arizona
$2,
for $3.
You can watch Brent Brennan's last game coaching Arizona for $3.
Are they really gonna fire him?
Do you
think there's a chance?
They're so ass. They're so ass.
That's crazy.
And what's that guy, Iron Mike, quote unquote, on Twitter? That's a U of A guy. He tweeted something about how their boosters have enough for the buyout if they decide to go that route, for what it's worth, or whatever he said. I don't know.
Is that the guy that always called Seattle smelly or whatever?
Yeah, I fucking hate that guy.
That guy. So no.
Yeah, is he factoring in the extra $20 million that it's going to take because of revenue sharing that's happening very soon? Yeah, I doubt it.
Seriously, doubt it. Humberto, what you doing, bro?
Not that. All right, let's go ahead and talk about 6 o'clock Friday night. The World of Warcraft and for a blackout at Husky Stadium with the UCLA Bruins coming to town. The Huskies are a 4-point home favorite, over under at 46.5. Keys to this game.
Keys to this game are Jonah Coleman needs to get the ball 21 plus times.
Yep.
Before the USC game, I was standing in line to get into the stadium with Darker Knight. And I looked at him and I said, Jonah Coleman touches the ball 21 or more times and goes over 100 yards, we win this game. He got 23 for 104, and we won.
Just enough.
So Jonah Coleman touches this ball 21 times again, and we win this game. That's it for me.
One of my keys to the game is, and this is something that will happen. When Ethan Garbers throws the ball towards our defense needs to catch it.
True.
Like, this is a quarterback that will make mistakes, and we absolutely have to capitalize on that. And then, of course, we also need to contain TJ Harden, because I do think that Bieniemy and Foster are certainly, and credit to the Bruins, they have been surprisingly a lot better than I thought they were going to be this year.
Yeah, Logan Loya is nice too.
What?
Logan Loya?
Yeah.
He's nice.
They have some pieces. Like, I think he's a good receiver. I have confidence in our secondary against him. Especially in the second half when we get Thad back.
No, we'll get him in the full, he'll get the full game because he got ejected first half.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that certainly mitigates it. And then if just contain TJ Harden and then be effective enough, you can lean on UCLA. Their trench play is decent, better D line than O line, but you can get business done. Crowd bring noise, early, late, every which way, every part of this game. Keep the winning streak going. It's an unprecedented, or we haven't won this many games at home since, I believe, the 1930s or something like that. But DJ, things that you're going to be looking for tomorrow on Friday night. Well, I just said tomorrow night.
Well, I mean, there's a couple of obvious things that we've been harping on all year, like finish drives in the red zone, scoring touchdowns, not making mistakes. But honestly, key to the game: score a touchdown on the first drive with the ball. We've not done that once this year. Just set the tone at the very beginning of the game. I mean, ideally, score a touchdown and stop them, or stop them and score a touchdown, whoever gets the ball first, and just set the tone like that. And we need to give our team some confidence, especially our offense. So that's huge. And then, just getting pressure on the quarterback, because, I trust a lot of our DBs, especially with that out there. But if we get some pressure and contain him, too, he's going to make mistakes. Garbers, and so we need to get to the quarterback, and hopefully Durfee's back. Who knows? Been out for 2 months almost, into September. So, it's I don't know. I don't know how many people are going to be there at the game, how loud it's going to be. We saw the tickets at $10, but hopefully we get 65,000. I'm hoping for.
Yeah,
that's
pass
not a key to the game.
Pass rush is going to be the key to the game, I think. But yeah, Durfee. Hopefully he is back. I mean, he's played at the first few drives of a few games, but for the most part, he hasn't been available.
He has. I thought he's been out since. He hasn't played since.
He played against Michigan.
Michigan, yeah.
So it's been a month.
No, it was Michigan was in September, wasn't it?
No, it was October 5th.
Yeah,
it was a month and a week.
Yeah.
I think that was the last
definitely
time
out for Indiana.
He's definitely out for Iowa, because I was talking to his parents, and they're like, "Oh, we hope that he plays next week because a lot of friends and family are going to be there." And then I saw he was out. I was like, "Oh."
Yeah. I think Michigan was the last time he played, but either way, him playing or whoever it is, and then also finishing sacks, and actually getting quarterbacks down. I feel like we've gotten pressure, and not a ton of times, but we have gotten pressure, and haven't been able to finish the play, and given up some plays. Obviously, Drew Allers he's a little bit more of a mobile guy, and can escape a little bit.
And is bigger.
Yeah, and is bigger.
Which is also
true.
it harder to bring down than...
Right. But in any event, we've been able to get some pressure and haven't been able to finish the play. This game with a Garbers who is a little bit more prone to throw the ball to us, being able to either force that bad pass and catch the ball or get him down on the ground would be ideal, obviously. So the pass rush and the coverage behind it will be the key to the game to me.
Yeah. I mean, Garbers isn't Drew LR, but he he's a little mobile. He's not a statue back there. So finishing those sacks, it's been so frustrating. They're there sometimes, and then they just can't bring them down. I mean, they're going against some elusive quarterbacks, granted, but still, get to the quarterback, finish the play. We need 3 or 4 sacks.
Yep.
Oh gosh, what again? Oh man. I was wondering. I was like, I saw you make a face. I was like, what I said? I messed up something.
Out of pocket as always. All right.
Oh, we didn't talk about what networks any of these games are on. Which of these Big Ten games on the cock this week?
There isn't one.
Let's go.
Missing out.
Yeah, this one's on. Our game's on Fox. Yeah, there's no games on Peacock, at least in the Big Ten this weekend. So let's see if there's even one across college football. It does not look like there is.
I hate these basketball games. Men's basketball game on Big Ten Plus. Like, what is this?
If you signed up on time, Big Ten Plus, you got it free for. I have Big Ten Plus for a year for free.
I remember that. Yeah.
So, it's been fun. And shouts to certainly women's basketball keeping it rolling with a 91-54 win the other day. Signed it great. Before we get to our score predictions, also want to give a big shout out to Tina Langley and her staff for signing the number 15 class in the country today. Big things happening in that respect. Certainly, obviously, Coach Sprinkle got a big commit. But getting back to football. Score predictions: UCLA UW.
Wait, are any of you guys going on Friday to the game?
I was thinking about it. I may still, but I'm up in the air right now. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, I can't make this one, unfortunately.
Are you gonna be able to watch, or are you gonna have to watch later?
No, I'll be able to watch.
Okay.
I will be.
Yeah, at the very least, I'll be able to watch, but I may or may not. I'm like 50-50 on going right now.
Yeah, just too close to work finishing times for me to get 30 plus miles.
Fair enough.
And park and get into the stadium. So your score predictions.
I'm gonna say Washington 31, UCLA 21.
First 30 burger in a while.
Yeah, I know.
Since Eastern Michigan.
Dang, it's so sad. It's so long. Oh my goodness. I can't
one of these times.
30s.
One of these times, that double pass from DeMond is gonna hit, and I'm gonna predict that it's this game. They're gonna hit it one time, and I think they're gonna hit it this time.
All right.
Hope you're right. I'm gonna go 24-20 Huskies. I can't predict in the 30s yet. I hope you're right though. I mean, that'd be awesome.
That's also contingent on some kicks getting hit. Please.
Yeah.
Brady, please.
I know.
Yep.
Yep.
going to say 26-17. Huskies. So I'm going to say 3 Husky field goals. Or no, 4.
Yeah, I was going to
Husky
say.
field goals.
Jeez,
You trust in.
I'm going to go 4.
that's a lot of trust in the pissing rain.
I mean, hey, knock on wood. Friday is the only day that's clear this week.
Is it really?
That could change. I saw like literally.
When I looked
couple hours
yesterday,
ago.
it was supposed
It
to
was
rain
not
like, all
driving
day.
today, but
Yeah, it still is. Only day. Like I said, knock on wood, but it's probably
48
going to
degrees and
change.
cold.
Yeah, it's going to be cold.
Okay. When I looked like
Or actually,
yesterday,
it could be.
it was supposed to be raining.
I am going to put a caveat out there that 26-17 could either be 2 touchdowns, 4 field goals, or 3 touchdowns, a field goal, and a safety.
Safety.
Or 4 touchdowns and 2 missed extra points.
Hey, there you go. That's the most realistic of the 4 or the 3 options.
Kicking chaos.
Yeah.
Let it rain.
Or
Yeah, watch the
go
weather
for
change
2
tomorrow.
2-point conversions and fail.
Yeah, that's true.
The
We've
Jagfish
seen
special.
that at Husky Stadium, or at least 1 2-point conversion in a situation. Like, I know let's just talk about that for a second. I know the book says that you go for 2 to go up the full 7, but it also sets up a situation where a team just needs to score a touchdown and then the extra point is irrelevant and you lose.
It's true. That is true.
So, especially with our with Galaxy Brain in charge.
Yeah. I will say, we didn't really talk about this in the Penn State conversation, but I didn't have as many issues with special teams at all. I mean, the kick coverage was good, and all that. So,
Well,
shout out to Pow Pow.
Yeah.
And shouts to the ref for the 1 kick coverage that wasn't good getting called back because of a hold.
True.
Okay, I was gonna say I thought there was one.
There
Yeah.
was one.
Okay.
There was one that was bad, but it got called back.
Yeah. Cheaters.
So. Still, you can't do that. Clap.
And a good punt or 2.
Yeah.
That's
solid.
That's true.
One of those was a bomb.
He's had a couple that weren't as.
He's kicked a couple line drives that didn't give our coverage team enough time to get down and cover, but
and it seems like when he's done that, it's like in terrible situations. Like one of those in the fourth quarter.
I think he had one against Indiana that kind of iced the game for them.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Any final thoughts before we wrap this one up?
Get the dub, get bowl eligible. Those practices will be great for all the young guys.
Yeah, what are we looking at? If we go 6-6, what is it? Vegas Bowl?
Vegas Bowl, Jimmy Kimmel,
LA Bowl.
Yeah.
Heart of Dallas.
Yeah.
Hey, the last time we went to the Heart of Dallas Bowl, good things happened the next year.
Yeah, we went to the CFP the next year.
I saw something, could be tripping, that bowl prediction, I think it was Vegas. I think it's like Texas A&M, somebody's bowl prediction. How did Texas A&M get a bad bowl like that? But I don't know. Somebody out there, I think, put that.
You're muted.
Oh, sorry. Us versus UNLV was the ones that I saw.
Okay. That makes more sense.
It'll be all right. All right. Everybody, thanks for listening. We'll be back with the recap next week. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.